Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's sohbet. And today I would like to ask a question that I've been asked myself um, a number of times. Can non-Muslims touch the Quran? Someone asked me this question like just a couple of hours ago at this very chaplaincy. It's a question that always takes me aback because, on the one hand, the Quran is a book. A lot of Qurans are given out for free distribution. So, on a very practical level, we see people doing this. But what is the answer to this question? Can non-Muslims touch the Quran? Well, before I get into that, I want to first of all thank Datuk Abdul Latif Mirasa. Thank you, Datuk Abdul Latif. He's the executive chairman of the Restu Foundation and the chief executive officer of Nasrul Quran, the Nasrul Quran complex, which is a massive Quran complex in Malaysia. And he has very kindly donated 100 of these Qurans to the University of Birmingham for the distribution to staff and students, free distribution. So, I mean, this is very kind of their organization. And we will obviously distribute those Qurans to any students and staff and visitors to the university who would like a free Quran. Um, Before I carry on as well, there's one more thing I would like to say. The question I was asked is, can non-Muslims touch the Quran? Now, this is probably the first time I've actually used the term non-Muslim in a very long time. It is the policy of the organization I lead, the Association of British Muslims, and my policy as a chaplain at this university not to refer to people of other beliefs as non-Muslims. They are people of other beliefs, they are people of other faiths, they are Christians, they are Jews, they are Hindus, they are Buddhists, whichever faith they have. And that is authentic for them. That is authentically their belief. If that's the belief that they hold, and we have to respect those people on that level. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks to the Jews and the Christians in the Quran. He refers to them as Jews and Christians, or as Ahl Kitab, as the people of the book, i.e. the people of the Bible. So we should respect that and, not just lump everybody else together with this term non-Muslims. But since that was the way the question was asked, that's the reason why I've titled it this way. Now, where does this question come from? Well, there is a misunderstanding of an ayah in the Quran. The ayah is, where are we? Ayah 5679. So Surah 56, Surah Al-Waqi'ah, or the inevitable event, and the verse is 79. None shall touch it except those who are purified. Now I'm going to read a bit before it and after because it doesn't really make sense unless you read the verses beforehand. Most certainly, so this is verse 77. Most certainly, this is an honorable Quran in a book well protected. None shall touch it except those who are purified. A revelation from the Lord of the worlds. Is it such a narration that you shun, and then you make the denial thereof of your livelihood? Why then can you not intervene when the soul reaches the throat, and you on that moment looking on? So you see this, you need to understand where this is coming from. It is referring to the Quran. None shall touch it except those who are purified, because the previous two verses say most certainly this is an honorable Quran in a book well protected, in a book well protected. But then when it says none shall touch it except those who are purified, it does not mean that only Muslims can touch this book. What it means is that those who don't have a pure heart, don't have purity and sincerity in their heart, will never be able to grasp the revelation of God. And actually, that's true of the Quran. It's actually true also of the Gospel. It's true of the Torah. Only those who have some purity in their heart can grasp the teachings of God and the teachings of the prophets. But why is this? Well, if you have a corrupt heart, if you are trying to do evil things, if you are trying to do dastardly and wicked deeds, how will you understand when the Quran teaches that only those who are pure are going to be blessed? That you must turn towards God and ask God for forgiveness. And God is forgiving, but you must turn for forgiveness and you must try to change your ways. How will you understand that if you only have wickedness in your heart? Of course, you will not understand. This is what the verse is meaning. Only those who have purity and sincerity in their heart will understand the meaning of these verses and will be able to, and will it have any real benefit upon them? This is also why you get some people who will read this Quran, or they will read the Bible, or even other religious books, and some of them will twist the teachings. They will take quotes from these books and they will twist their understanding and their meanings in such a way that they do terrible things, even though the actual books themselves are all teaching us to be more enlightened, to become conscious of God, to become better people, to be kind to our neighbors, to be honest in our dealings. Every single one of these books teaches this. So how can it be that someone picks up a Quran, or someone picks up a Bible, or someone picks up a Bhagavad Gita or a Mahabharata or any of these books and then does dastardly deeds? Clearly, what it says here, none shall touch it except those who are purified. None of them can grasp it unless they are seeking purity of heart and unless they're working upon that. If you're working upon that, if that's your intention, then yes, you will start to understand these verses. And this is why intentions are so important. The Prophet Muhammad SAW said that Islam is not actually, religion is sincerity. Sincerity indicating intentions. Before we read our Salam, our daily prayers, before we do anything, we should check our intentions. If our intentions are good, then good will come from it. If our intentions are bad, then bad will come from it. Even if the deed is apparently good, but it will become twisted if our intentions are not good. Everything has to start in a good way in order to achieve a good result. This is what many of the scriptures say when they say that you shall reap what you sow. It's all about intentions. It's all about nasiyah, sincerity. So I hope this explains this. And if there is anybody out there who is of another faith, anyone who is of any faith, or even if they don't have any faith, and you want to read this book, do not be afraid. You can touch it, you can read it. It's good to read all of the scriptures so that if nothing else, you can understand what other people believe. But maybe it may be of even more benefit for you. So I heartily recommend everyone to read this Quran and also to read other scriptures and try to understand these guidelines and guidance and these wisdoms that Allah has gifted us. For these are lights. These are lights that can illuminate our hearts and illuminate society and illuminate our world. And if we use it in this way, then we will get that kind of harmonious and beautiful society that all of us want to live in, or at least the vast majority of us. So I hope you don't feel shy. And also, if anybody here does want a free copy of the Quran, while I've got them here in my office, please get in contact with me at the University of Birmingham Multi-Faith Chaplaincy, and I'll be very happy to give you a free copy of the Quran. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's beneficial for you all. I wish you all have a very blessed evening and a very blessed week. And until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace and blessings of God be with you all.